Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the city of Santa Palma. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to further explore this city by watching um, people, traffic, and things move from one place to another. So, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to find a car. Let's look at that. Preferably one that's not driving out of the city. The thing is, when you haven't built anything new in a bit, you're not going to have that many cars coming in. They're just going to be driving through. So let's see if we can find somebody. Oh, that's a van. But you know what? Let's do something. Let's do something different then. We are going to, instead of finding a car that's driving in, because that's unlikely. I mean, let's look around out over here. It's a van. It's a van. What's that? Yeah, it's a van too. We are going to follow a truck as it makes deliveries, alright? Because you never know where they're going to go. I mean, it tells you, I think, in some cases, like, wait, did that say Baconery? What a city. What a name, Baconery, I love it. Woody's Wood. Yeah, I love some of these names. Yeah, this is mostly, import, or exports coming in, rather than, or actually exports that are returning, the trucks that are returning. But you know what? Yeah, I want something bigger. I want something bigger than just a van, because they're going to have like one. They're going to have one. You know what? Screw it. We can't be waiting all day for one. We're going to follow a van rather than a truck. One thing I don't like about the camera controls is that the buttons are really sensitive, and to get things squared up is annoying. But once I get it more or less square, that's good enough. We're going to do that. And now we are going to sit back and we are going to watch the bug spray van deliver. And I just love doing this because unless you click on the blue name of the company, you don't know where it's going to go. So it's as much a mystery to me as it is to anyone else. And I think this is a fun way to check out your cities, because you see it from a different perspective. I mean, the SimCity games of old, you were locked into an isometric perspective, which was completely fine. But in this modern day, isn't it great just to see your cities from traffic level, or more or less traffic level? Okay, I see that he is getting off the highway. By the way, if you'd rather just watch this with like cool music playing in the background and without my blathering, that's entirely fine too. I'm not going to be upset. And hell, maybe I'll even find musical recommendations. Some random notes. The name Santa Palma was actually an automatically generated name because I forgot to put in my own name. But it's a decent name, and it sort of fits the terrain and everything, so I'm not going to complain. The X-ray van appears to be entering into the main downtown area, one of the key areas here. It's probably going to drop its load all in one place, but can't be too certain. One thing that is kind of wonky is whenever you get into really dense areas like this, the camera will sometimes just jump on top of buildings, so you'll have this weird kind of up and down thing going on as the camera jumps onto buildings. Yep, there we go. Loading up into the building. Come at the red light. This game, especially with the mod that gives you more roads, makes it a little bit weird when it comes to what roads have traffic lights and what roads don't. However, there is another mod that gives you a utility that you can change that, although it doesn't always work the way that it should. Like there was one thing for timed traffic lights, but I've never gotten the settings to stick, and sometimes the traffic lights will go off on their own. But yeah, he's going back the way he came, so we don't need to really see what he's doing. Now, I want to see a person taking the rail. And we have three basic options. We can have someone from inside the city, someone coming in through the external station, or somebody who is coming in through the airport. So, let's see if we have any trains that are coming to our station. We have a train that's pulling away with one guy on it. It's not very efficient. Also, you can't zoom into the edge over here, so yeah, no trains coming in now. However, what we do have are people who just arrived. So, for instance, let's watch Elizabeth. Wow, I can't talk. Elizabeth Peters, medium wealth adult, a tourist, who has arrived from another city and is going to a large playground. As I mentioned before, they like to go to parks and things, so we're going to see what happens. Most likely, we're going to get at least one, if not two or three, transfers. So it's going to be exceptionally interesting to see what people do as they go. All right. So this is a relatively long line, but I saw a train come by going the other way, just like that one is. And there's only one more station in that direction, so they're going to turn and come back here. We do have some problems with bunching in this game, which is the phenomenon where, like, let's say in theory you have 3 buses, or let's say you have 4 buses, and they're supposed to, you get one every 15 minutes over the course of an hour. But what ends up happening is you get 4 right in a row, and then you have no buses for like an entire most of the rest of the hour. That tends to happen, and there are ways to break that up, but nobody seems to have implemented that in this game. My best remedy for that is make sure that your rail lines are not overly long, something that I often neglect to do. But here we go. A very big station here. A very populated station. And most of these train stations don't have names. I think that if I was to do a Let's Play, I would allow people to name stations as well as other things in the city. Maybe even people, because you can name people. The only thing you can't name are roads, and that's the one thing I really care about, though. So it's a bit of a pain in the butt. So yeah, it really gives you the scope of how big your cities are when you just look at it from this angle, and all that stuff out there is stuff that I built, but it looks so far away. I can see 2 fires going on. Oh, one just got put out, but yeah, there's another fire that's still raging. So we're kind of in the point of view of a helicopter or a airplane that's flying over the rail, and it looks like night's about to fall. I have turned on day to night transitions because it's all fun to do that when you're watching people go. And the question is, how far will this person go on this line? Because at some point this person is either going to arrive at their destination or they're going to arrive at their transfer station. So yeah, this is the station for our oil district. So that's kind of good. And of course, there's nothing stopping me from going back to working on the city of Gopenkozu from last fall. But the thing about that is, I don't know. To be completely honest, I wasn't 100% feeling that city. There were certain things about it I liked, and there were certain, um, you know, plans I had, and that seemed like they were going to be pretty fun. But the city wasn't grabbing me. I mean, I probably started like 30 cities at least, but only 7, as I've mentioned, have reached the level where I'd call them A-list cities. So it's kind of, the initial investment in making a city is really a kind of a tough thing. That's a busy road. Holy crap. But I might go back to it if enough people watching this channel were in any way attached to it. But I kind of had the feeling that they weren't all that much. But I might be wrong. Okay, yeah, this person is on this line for the long haul. She's not getting off. She's staying on. I like the detail where you even get headlights for the train. I mean, that's cool. Go through a little tunnel. We're passing by a train on another line. You can tell because it's another color. A very populous station here. Let's see. All right, this is the station where she decides to get off. Now, is this her final destination, or is she changing trains? Well, since she's not going into the building, she is going to be changing trains. And she's going to be going on a train that's going in the same direction, although immediately after the station, I'm pretty sure there is a branching track where trains of one type go one way, trains of another type go another. Also, it's about this point in a city's growth that you start to see some serious slowdown, at least on my system. I'm sure that there's other systems. By the way, I just have to point out the gray line is called Erect Cookie. And why is it called Erect Cookie? I don't know. Ask Cat. Remember that guy? Yep, he's still around. Okay, I'm calling BS here because she got off the purple train to get on the purple train, and I'm pretty sure it's the same line. But who knows? Maybe that train had a puddle of pee, and that was the only place she could sit, so she wanted to change trains. Alright, coming up to the next line. Getting off here. I don't know, maybe there's like a limit of amount of time that a person will spend on one train. But it's kind of an odd thing that people do sometimes. But yes, here we are, waiting for the next train. I just love these little views you get. Don't get on the... Okay, good. If she was going to get on the purple train again, I was going to be very upset. And oh no, well, I guess you can't because this is the end of the purple line. It only goes this far, and then it goes back. Yeah, there's basically 2 different philosophies of rail lines. You could have each station be for one line and one line only. Or you can have a situation where each line is, they kind of merge, they share stations, and that's more efficient, but you really, really have to be careful to avoid gridlock. Alright, we're getting on the blue line, and I honestly forget the name of the blue line, but it's what we're doing. But yeah, one of the best ways to avoid congestion on your rail lines, meaning, well, not congestion, but gridlock, is to make your rail junctions right after stations, like immediately, like the tile of the station. Like you see how I have it here? That's how you gotta do it. That's the way that you prevent gridlock from happening. Because sometimes you'll have a situation where one train can't move unless the other train moves, but it can't move unless the first train moves, and so on. And one thing I'm really impressed about in this game is just the sheer number of transfers that a person is willing to take. I remember in SimCity 4, the limit was like 2 or 3, but in this game, I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot. It's a lot more. I mean, this is already, I mean, including the first station, which was already a transfer from the outbound station. This is probably the 4th transfer. All right. Oh, here we go. That might be the erected cookie. All right, gotta wait for that train to pull in. And see how they branch peacefully, opposite directions. It's all fine and good. All right, around. Man, yeah, imagine all the scenic views that you would get going from here. Yes, and I see that she's going into what I consider my second urban center. And definitely getting off at this station because this station has 4 different rail lines that all terminate into this station. So, yep, getting off. The question is she at her destination or not? She's in the station, which means she's either getting out or switching sides. And I guess we'll find that out very soon. It's kind of cool. You have trains peeling off, going in opposite directions. Oh, no, she's going on another transfer. She just went under. There's a connecting, some sort of connecting path that goes under the train station that allows people to go from one to the other. Oh, don't do this to me. Okay, oh, I'm just kidding. There's 2 different blue lines that connect. I gotta change that. I try to make it so that like color lines don't share any track, otherwise it's confusing. But yeah, this is definitely a different route than we were first on. And look at this one, right through the heart of the city over here. So, will she transfer again? Is she at her destination, or is she going to stay on? No, she's getting off. So, one imperative thing, though, one thing I will say about rail lines that you must do, make absolute certain to have separate lines for tracks that connect to the outside and tracks within your city. Because you'll have trains with 1 person, with 2 people, that go all over your city. It will make a huge mess. Best thing that you can do, have a 1 rail line that comes in from the outside. Have that line come to a passenger station and a freight station. That freight station should hook up directly with a expressway, and that passenger station should be really, really close to another passenger station, this one a part of your city lines. That way people can get easily between one and the other, but they're not directly connected, so that way you don't have all these trains going everywhere. Alright, she's reached her destination of this playground. This is quite nice. I mean, just look at this. How cool would it be to live here and hang out in this playground? It's just very scenic. I think that people would actually enjoy this quite a bit if this was their city. But yeah, in the greater context, we're here. It's pretty cool. So, let's see. I really want a car, but the thing is, like, it seems like when you grab a car, they're on their way, they're almost home or something. But you know what? Let's grab this car. That's not a car. Let's grab this car. As long as it's going straight, we're going to see where he goes. We're going to take a risk here because we're going to go into first-person view. And the reason why I say it's a risk is because you can't get out of first-person view when you're in it in the current mod. And also, holy crap, strobe effects. Not really recommended for nighttime driving, but I mean, hey, it gives you a good view of what's on the ground. Yeah, the flashing is only occurring from the streetlights, really. Alright. Well, this person's almost home, so we're not going to have to deal with this annoying strobe effect for very long. But I just wanted to show off how nice it was to see your city from street view. Like, this is, in my opinion, very realistic, you know? Oh, dead end. So we're probably going to be parking here in a second. Yep, there we go. Her name is Amanda Parker, and she's parking. Gotta love it. You can find out where she works in this building here. Which, if I understand, yeah, she has to go on quite a commute to get home. So yeah, let's not go into first-person view again, but let's at least watch another car. Yeah, we still have some minor flashing and graphical glitches that go on with this game. Although, compared to a lot of other stuff that I've seen throughout my my time, it's nothing to be worried about. And we have something going on up there. I think, yeah, it's a hearse picking up a dead body. One thing that always kind of amuses me about this game is how hearses act just the same as dump trucks. You know, go to buildings, get the thing to be disposed of, and then head on to the disposal facility for that thing to be done away with. Okay, so this person is leaving our main urban area, crossing the bridge that will lead her, yeah, Mary, her to a more suburban area on the other side. Also, this road with the median turn lane is another modded road that comes with that mod.